Hey everybody, it's Roger Thorpe here from Thorpe Benefits. I am joined today by Jason Hubbell from Open Access, and we're going to talk about financial well-being and what that really means. Really get into this very brief but very important conversation. So Jason, right off the top, why don't you tell everybody who you are and a bit about your organization, and we'll jump right into this, how this is defined.
Sure. My name is Jason Hubbell. I'm VP of Sales and Distribution with Open Access. We are an independent group retirement provider, really focusing on the small mid segment size of employers and really putting a different spin on group retirement, focusing on this subject of financial wellness.
Right. Okay, cool. So, and we've enjoyed getting to know your company over the years as we direct our clients into the right setups for group retirement. So let's chat. Let's really understand or see what you think financial well-being really is, Jason. So how do you break that down exactly?
Yeah. So there's a lot of expressions out there, financial health, financial well-being, financial wellness. But really, when you think of it, there's three components of this overarching idea, and it's financial well-being. Do Canadians feel secure in their financial situations, or are they anxious about money? There's financial confidence. Do they feel confident in their own financial matters? Maybe they are unsure. And then financial access. Do Canadians feel professional financial help is accessible to them, or is it out of reach? Those are the sort of three overarching ideas that we have when we're talking about financial wellness.
I like it. Okay, so start on the first one, financial
Yeah.
well-being at the beginning.
So there's in Canada, we found that there's this spectrum of positive and negative relationships with money across different Canadians. Some are comfortable with their situation, some are understanding money, and some are just uncomfortable with the situation. There's people in the middle, and there's lots of different scenarios. But
Okay.
what we've found is that there really is a significant number of Canadians who spend a lot of time worrying about money. And in addition to that, there's a number of Canadians who don't know or don't trust or know where to turn for help. So when we're talking
Okay.
about financial wellness, it's significantly perceived that employees in this spectrum have one true reliable source that they turn to for help, and that's their employers. And they believe that their employer is always acting with their best interest at heart. And it's because of that that the employers have a great role to play on this topic of financial wellness, because they have a greater responsibility to provide programs and solutions to their employees to help with those areas of financial insecurity.
Interesting. 'Cause I think on some level in the past, maybe money was considered a personal thing that we didn't, beyond what we provide as a retirement vehicle. We don't want to get in the way of someone's individual financial situation. But now you're right. If the writing's on the wall, employees are telling us that this is what they need and they expect employers to step up. Okay. So from that point of view, then how do employers respond and what's that next level that they get to?
Sure. So the first step we talk about in this journey is gaining that financial well-being, and then moving on to financial confidence. And there's this level of financial confidence in Canada that's been decreasing over the past 12 months. The cost of living, the rising interest rates, home affordability, there's all sorts of different impacts that are happening that employers are trying to figure out ways that they can step in and assist with. The overall idea is that employers are using their own wellness benefits and products to assist the employees, and the employees are really seeing the benefit of that. There's been a few studies out there that we won't necessarily refer to today that have talked about employees, sorry, are really looking for employers to provide them with those solutions to the cost of living, the rise of interest rates, or at least
Yep.
understand where to go to find access to support for that. So
Okay.
whenever these employers are going to produce these or design these programs, they're also looking to enhance the tools and resources available to the employees to start gaining that financial confidence, to provide them calculators and budgeting tools to help them understand where they are, where they're trying to go, and how they can get there. Ultimately, there's a lot of understanding that employees are looking to these programs instead of the retail markets for that support.
Right. Okay. So it's going to be easier for people to get help if their employers are right there and ready with the tools. I love it. Okay, so where does that ultimately end up at the end?
Yeah, I mean, the third, I would say, tier, the third graduated level of overall financial wellness is financial access as well. Once somebody understands with their comfort with their finances, once somebody has got the confidence in their financial
Mhm.
literacy, where do they go to access, financial advice? Not everybody in Canada is a professional financial planner. So there's this idea of Canadians have been kind of on the fence about deciding to work with or without a financial advisor and getting financial advice. I mean, most Canadians know how to find a financial planner. Their
Mhm.
greater concern is, can they afford it? There's a common belief that I don't have enough money for a financial planner to want to work with me, or
Mhm.
the fees that I'll have to pay for financial advice will eat into my savings too much for it to be worth it. So that's really an area where employers can help members find advisors and find advice through these programs. And again, going back to the perception of my employer always has my best interest at heart, which is in a reality that when the employers are finding these financial access and financial advice inside of these group programs,
Mhm.
that it's allowing employees greater access to unbiased and sales tactic sort of advice that's
Right.
more dedicated to helping them find a solution.
Yeah, I think they can work together. I think you've probably hit it on the head that there are so many people that aren't stepping up and getting advice for whatever reason they think of. So it's a totally untapped group of Canadians that need our help.
Yeah,
And if employers can come to the table and save the day that way, where nobody else might be, I think that's huge. And you're right. I think the surveys we see is that financial stress is really one of the number one contributors around mental health right now. So, very timely topic. And I like how you've kind of broken down how people move through that. So it's
yeah,
that journey towards access. So, awesome. Thanks, Jason. This is great. Just
absolutely.
a nice little framework for people to think about when they go back to their business or their organization and think about their retirement strategy. So thanks for your time today.
Of course. Thanks, Roger.